said, stay hidden, seek proprietors, searching for information, Dragon, Forge, update at Rendezvous, Axholm.
Are you sure you heard it correctly? It should be Rendezvous.
They just give you a look.
I feel like that was more of a list than an actual directions thing.
Yeah, that's the thing. Seek proprietors? Does that mean that there's still business owners in the town that we have to find to get them out of here? What does that mean? Are they already at Axholm and we just have to go find them on the way? What?
I feel like this spell wasn't used to its full capabilities.
Yeah, Bran will use another spell slot to send a message and go,
what?
Proprietors? Or actually, no, I'll write it out.
Episode 16.
The message just says, what?
Question mark, question mark, question mark. The fuck? Don't mind me, I'm eating my sandwich, guys. I'm finally having dinner.
Oh, hell yeah.
Not cool. I haven't eaten since, like, morning.
That's not good.
Blame my work for that. So I was supposed to be off at 2:30.
How'd that go?
Well, I got a call at 2:30. It's like, and Alan, my manager, was like, "Hey, so like, I'm sure you've noticed, you have more invoices than you do have invoices. You have more paper invoices than you do on your PRC. Yeah, I need you to run those for us tonight because they're not shortages, but they're new add-ons to the route as of today, and they're new services that we've installed for. But if you could do that for me, I'll buy you dinner if you want."
You're like, deal!
I was like, hell yeah, dude, I'm down. Then it became 4:30, and I was sitting talking to this lady about how didn't even need anything. Didn't know why I was there. And so I'm crying as I drove back to work. I get back to work at 5, and he's like, "Here you go, bro." And he hands me a fucking $20 gift card for Jersey Mike's. It was at that moment I realized.
Ah, fucked up.
I did. I cried a little. Yes, my love, you're not subbed anymore. I mean, you're subbed, but you're not. Sorry. Sorry. That was bad.
It may contain drugs.
And alcohol. An excessive use of tobacco.
I see, of course, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pop out chat and then close the stream.
There you go.
Oh my god.
Oh no. I think you went too far.
This is why you always try and use all the words you can.
know who just subbed, but oh, thank you, Kishumi. You're so nice. Go ahead and count how many words that is.
Okay. Got most of that clear. She didn't answer part of it, but it's a limited spell, so understandable. They're searching for Harbin Grayman and her, asking if Drogoth is with us, and telling us to meet them at Axholm.
Well, at least that's more clear. Sort of.
Yeah, I'm still not sure about the searching for information. I mean, if they said search for information, then we'd know that was for us, but anyway, we at least know what proprietors she meant. So I guess we should try and quietly check in town if those specific people are still here, or
Quietly?
Okay, so let me set the scene. We are technically starting this. Let's see. What would be a nice one for this? Oh, I found it.
What the fuck?
I'll explain. So, to set the scene, give you guys an actual idea of what you're walking in on. So, why is everything so quiet? No, it's mine.
Oh my god.
Okay, so, as you guys arrive into Phandalin, after your long venture, and yes, I'm gonna gloss over last session. I just hope you all remember.
Okay.
You notice some soldiers, like I mentioned last. They seem to be wearing blue and white, almost silver armor, with the Never Ember crest on their backs, on their capes, or their shields, or whatever ornament that you can see from a distance very well.
Yes.
They seem to be heading south. They don't seem to notice you guys at first. They look about a couple hundred feet away, near the center of town. But you see around you various bodies, blood spilled on the ground, weapons strewn about, arrows that seem to be stuck in the wood, broken here and there. Javelins or spears strewn about as well, like a battlescape. Like Phandalin has just become a war ground. There is a distant smoke coming somewhere from the city. You're not sure where. That seems to be just rising slowly into the sky. You can tell something is on fire. The acrid, pungent smell of fresh blood and some vague death can be smelled lingering in the air. You also get a slight smell of what seems to be something burning. And amongst the bodies, you see various kinds. You see like some dwarves, a few tieflings here and there, a few gnomes, the occasional goblin. And in this general vicinity where you are all at, you see one Lionel. Seems to be a younger one, fully black hair, maybe in his early 20s, late teens. But you can see that has one of his arms completely missing, and half of his body is completely just almost like it was burned off or melted off. Very disfigured. You guys can tell that something has happened to Vandalin. And suddenly, you see the one, the only, everybody's favorite person in the whole game. Can you guys guess who that is? I'll give a free inspiration point to anyone who can guess it.
I feel like
Depends on
my
if you're being
favorite-
sarcastic or not.
I'm not being sarcastic.
Well, I have a favorite.
I know you do.
Would they consider that the favorite?
Who's
Yeah,
the
when you say
favorite?
the favorite, the first people that come into my mind are Grellin and Harbin.
You guys like
What?
those two the best?
You didn't
Maybe.
put Esmeralda higher on your list?
Well,
I love Esmeralda,
Favorite?
but I like Grellin a lot.
nobody likes
I
tofu.
would have.
What the fuck? I made it for nothing.
Sucks.
For nothing. Tofu sucks.
I love tofu. I just wouldn't say he would be on my favorite.
You know what? I'm bringing tofu in.
That's the actual person.
Yeah, he comes striding up. Hello, my friends. How are you all Oh, dear God. Vandalin seems to be in trouble. No.
I would say so, yeah.
What's gonna happen? It's not tofu. Stella!
No!
Hey, we like her. So, she appears...
Sarcasm.
She's gonna appear behind you. Almost instantaneously, you all feel a shiver up your back, and in a quick puff of black smoke, you see Stellaria, or Stella, appear behind you, and she puts her hand on Kashumi's shoulder, and he almost instantly falls asleep. Like she barely touches his shoulder, and he just folds straight to the ground. You can see that he is fast asleep. And she looks around, and she goes, "Oh, sleep tight, little one. You're going to need the rest, especially after everything that you're going to face. Now, before you all get anxious," and then she looks over and says, "Hello there, darling." And she kind of like waves her fingers at you, Zisura. "I hope that you are all doing well. But do not fret, do not attack. I am not here to harm you. As a matter of fact, I come with an offer that you possibly couldn't, well, deny or refuse. Would you care to hear me out?"
It's always a pleasure to see you.
You as well.
Alright, let's hear this out. What do you want?
We have an equal enemy. And you know what they say? The enemy of my enemy is my ally. So I was wondering if you all could scratch an itch for me. And I'll scratch one for you. Now what that itch might be, well, I feel like that's a bit easy to tell. And you see that she kind of points around, or she kind of gestures towards Vandalin, the smoke, the bodies. I need you to kill the Blue Guard. Very simple task. You are heroes after all. You wouldn't want your favorite little town to go to waste, and neither would I. I need something to come back to, something to burn. Fun. But most importantly, the Blue Guard stands in my way from getting what I really want. And of course you don't want to give me what I want, but maybe I could give you all a bit longer. Let you bide your time. You see, the Blue God is snooping for something. Something that I find valuable. And having done my research, I don't need to snoop. So I don't need you to fetch anything for me. Oh no, no. I need you to get a body count for me. Collect the heads, figuratively, of the Blue God. And meet me here tomorrow. Let's say midnight. Prove to me that you have slain these creatures of elven society. And I'll give you a bit more time. Because you see, everything takes time. And I don't want to just bide away, wasting my days, hoping that somebody will come and save this land from the unnecessary Neverwinter. But you all wish to preserve yourselves in your small town of Fandolin, correct?
Well, you know, I wouldn't say no to killing a few people.
Of course not. I mean, isn't that why you fell for the trick in the first place and became a murderer? But I assure you, my dear, it was not for naught. Your killing got you somewhere, and it made you so powerful. I mean, I couldn't fall in love with somebody just a little bit if they were weak. So at least you have that going for you.
Fall in love with?
Oh,
Please,
sorry.
you're flattering me.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to tease you like that, but I've got to keep you nice and sweet for me whenever you become my thrall.
Blood will be spilled, and nothing will be sweeter than tasting yours.
Oh, darling, you make me laugh inside. Feeling all warm and cuddly, like when a body is set upon a flame. Sitting there squirming. Oh, yours will look divine in the firelights. As for the rest of you, I want to take my time with you all. Let you all suffer just enough to know what you really could have had. That way, when I get inches from your last little puff of life, I might extend a hand for you. And who knows, you might take me up on that offer in time. But for now, I think I'll keep your friend here, Kishumi. Him and his powerful life-keeping tales. The Kitsune Wonder. I will let his tales remain and give you until midnight to kill all of them, or I start plucking tails. Do we understand?
Of course.
Perfect. Because you do know what happens when his last tail is gone, correct?
I assume he dies.
Much more than that. You see, when a kitsune's tail is gone, a demon comes, an eternal demon, and bestows upon the kitsune's grace onto someone else. And poor old me, I don't need any more years to live. I already have all of them. But it'd be very unfortunate if perchance a demon or a particular devil were to be given or granted some years of life. So, we all are in agreement in accordance. Take the heads of the 6. Meet me here at midnight tomorrow. I will return your friend for you.
We don't have a lot of wiggle room in this deal, but guess
No,
we're taking
You
it.
don't.
You really don't. Valda, Uxia, you two are supposed to be the most stalwart and stoic. Did a cat get your tongue?
Just get out of here and let us do our work. I'm not wasting my breath on you.
There's nothing to say to you.
Oh, dear Valda and Euxia, the mightiest two of the group. I'm sorry that I shame you all. Your tainted light can only take you so far. Oh, and dear Valda, don't trust the devil. I can smell the infernals on you now. Quite disgusting.
It's not as disgusting as your breath.
This one's got a mouth on her. Cicero, why were you keeping her away from me? My oh my. As she kind of like puts her nail on her teeth. Well, I will make sure that you suffer the least. Slowly digging my nails into your back while I pluck one feather at a time. Maybe I'll make a beautiful pillow out of it. Ooh, or maybe a fur hat. You're my special token there, Valda. Now don't damage yourself anymore. And to the rest of you, ta-ta! And she just snaps her fingers. You see that she and Kishumi kind of meld into what looks to be like a small, like a, how do I explain this? She kind of like warps in a swirl backwards, kind of like something pulled her into something else. And they disappear.
I feel like I've just been molested.
Just a bit, yeah. Okay, well, I guess staying hidden and meeting everyone else at Exholm is off the table now.
Yeah. It's, she's got a way with words, doesn't she? Let's,
Say that.
you guys,
Do we recognize that sound?
Do you guys hear that?
y'all hear something?
my friends! Die, you stupid fiends! As you see Drogoth fully just flying in circles as both Yui and fucking Tofu are on the back of him. Yui's just throwing fucking firebolts, throwing out some lightning, a couple magic missiles, and you do actually start to see some elemental explosions in the southernmost of Phandalin, just off in the distance. And then as the loudest roar reaches you, you see that they kind of pivot towards you. Drogoth banking hard left, and you can see Tofu, who's just barely holding on with just one paw as he's like flipping people off and yelling out insults. And you see Yui, who is struggling to hold on as he is like bear hugging the back of Drogoth. Drogoth does come to you all, and he is going to land. And both Yui and our good friend, would you do the thing? I don't know why it does that. I don't like that. Excuse me. They both land next to you. And you can see that Tofu is gleaming, his face just completely beaming with a smile. Drogoth seems to be biting an elf in half. Like, it's still in his mouth. He takes one final chomp, and you see, like, the midsection disappears while, like, the legs and the shoulders and up fall to the ground with a clank. Yui kind of hits the ground, and he kind of, like, stops for a second, looks a little disoriented before he just falls to the ground, and he just starts, like, rubbing the grass. You can see that he's shaking a little bit. Tofu, ha! That was wonderful, my friends! And Drogoth, who knew you could bank so well? Oh, the way that you pulled that man up. It was wonderful! Never seen a man get cut in two quite like that, except for my own boss. And Yui, he slaps him on the back. The way that you punched that man to a crisp. Oh, exquisite. I loved it. And then they turn to you. Oh, hello there, group. Friends. Best friends. How are you all doing? Are you enjoying the war?
Well, it kind of just got here.
Oh, well, you're a bit late to the party. But you know what they say about being late? That means that you can make an entrance. Drogoth, what do you think?
I think we should keep it low. We'll fly off and draw their attention. The rest of you, do what you can. These elves will pay. Oh, the blood, the destruction. They must pay with their lives.
Well said, my friend. Yui seems to be contemplating life as you see that he is now reeling over and retching into a bush.
And that is why I don't fly, people.
Oh, I just thought it was because you couldn't.
I could if I wanted to.
Oh, I understand. I understand. I mean, you
think-
got the wings for it and everything, so. But
I've never tried. Serious.
Oh. Well, you should try it, my friend. It's great. Out in the open air, feeling like you're falling, but you're not. The wind in your face.
None
Quite
of that sounds
magnificent.
good to me.
But what about the view? To see the sun coming over the clouds, or to see it falling beneath the crest of the earth.
Right now, it'd just be the view of a bunch of dead people.
Well, I mean...
That's not a good view to you?
Exactly, you know, a little bit of death never hurts nobody, except for the dead.
I tend to not want to see a bunch of dead people.
Oh, hello there. Oh, Drogoth. Not so high next time. Yui, how are you feeling? I've been better. When he did that loop, that fireball went astray and it just came up and I wasn't ready. Yes, but you'll be fine in time. Oh, hello there. I didn't see that you all were here. Where's Kashumi?
He was taken.
Yeah. By my ex-girlfriend? It's complicated.
Did you really have a question on that?
She didn't break up with me.
Joking? He wasn't... No. Come on.
She stabbed you in the chest.
We were given an ultimatum.
Oh.
He's being held hostage. And she wants the Blue Guard dead.
She... Was this a woman with scars across her face?
Did she have scars?
I told you last session.
I
Yes,
don't
yes.
remember.
Was she elven and very maniacal? Kind of came off
That
as
sounds
stuck
about
up
right.
bitch. Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
we met her. She gave us an ultimatum too. She took Fiona and Inverna and told us that if we wanted them to return as the protectors, we'd have to finish off the Blue Guard and protect Phandalin. So we spent the last couple hours doing our best to fend them off, but they just keep coming. And that they do keep coming, yes, but I think we're in the pretty good part about it. And lucky too, there were orcs that were scouting out Phandalin a couple days ago. So who knows, they might jump in on that chance, but I think the dragon, that will be their worry. Well, that does sound reasonable. At time of weakness, some kingdoms are known to attack others. Well, let's just hope we get lucky enough that doesn't happen. Maybe Drogoth will be enough of a cautionary warning sign or some deterrent of sorts. Yes, but I did spy a bit of suspicious characters. Seems that they have been entering the town's businesses and shops. I swear to God, if they touch the little hairs on Harbin's head, they will fear fury from hell itself.
Exactly.
Okay. Oh,
So, what are we
Sound-
waiting for? We ready to go? We go fight now. We go kill. We go get glory. Where are your bird
I don't
friends?
that's another question I've been wondering. He was with us.
But he's not here. Drogoth, do you know where Bird Friend is?
No. I was hoping that they would have an answer.
I guess we'll add him to the list of people that we're going to save. Hopefully he's safe by himself.
I feel like we lose track of him a lot.
No, you know, he's got a kid. Life's like
Sounds
that.
like burnt chicken.
What?
Burnt
What?
chicken? Yes, somebody's cooking something. Oh, sorry, not relative to Finland at all. I was just
Of
hungry.
course, yeah.
Don't do that, Drogoth.
I'm sorry.
Drogoth, you need to think a little bit before you.
Well, hey, I haven't been around that long, okay? I'm still trying to figure out the conversation. Gosh, it's not like I grew up with people.
We talk about our missing bird friend and you talk about burnt chicken?
Well, he's not a chicken. He's a kenku.
Alright, I'll give you that one.
You know, I've learned something, and it's not chickens aren't, people. That sounds really bad. But you know what I mean.
Chickens are.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
Anyway,
Give
I
chickens
must-
rights.
Anyway.
I am gonna take to the skies and scout out. You all be careful. If you need anything, good fucking luck. I won't be able to hear you.
Drogoth,
Yes.
be careful. We were told that the Blue Guard, or the elves at least, have a real hate-on for dragons. They might target you specifically.
I will draw them north. Get them lost in the woods. There, nature will consume.
Good plan.
Good luck.
And to you, princess, I wish you the best of luck. May the god of war be on your side.
And he bows to you with his sort of.
I'll give him a little pat on the head.
He appreciates that. A warm steam comes out of his nose. And then he takes off, heading north. You see that Yui, he kind of like walks over, he gets a little bit closer to Tofu, and he puts his shoulder on him, and he is not red. His face is completely like a pale pink. As Tofu is like holding him up, he's like, are you okay, my friend? You're looking a bit peckish. And Yui kind of holds his stomach. Yes, I just... it's been a few days since I've rested, and my breakfast might be coming back up. Does anybody have any food or some water that we can get him? Maybe he should stay somewhere and rest outside of the city. We can't have them falling in the midst of battle. That would be very, very unwise.
Bran will give him one of their water skins and some rations.
You see that he will take the rations and put them in his bag, but he will immediately take the water, and he takes a few sips. Exasperated sigh leaves his body as he wipes the water off of his face. Thank you. I truly do appreciate you all. Some of the best friends I've ever had. But I am very sad that I can't fight with you in this battle, but I know that you all will at least take most of them down. But Tofu, please don't strain anything this time. Oh, don't you worry, my friend. It'll be perfectly fine. A couple muscles here and there. Worst case scenario, I might break a... What's the saying? Break a talon? A claw?
And
A
is
nail.
it nail?
Nail, that's what you call them, yes. Might break a nail. So, who knows? But scars, that is what defines you as a hero. Well, not a hero, sorry, a warrior. The tattoos that an orc wears after many years of barbarian rage. The amount of notches on an elf's bow for kills. The amount of gold in the rogue's pocket for all of the thievery. We all have our own distinct marks. And mine, natural scars. Yeah, well, keep an eye on him, please, guys. You guys know how Tofu is.
Well, we'll keep an eye on him. Don't worry.
Thank you. And he just completely falls over, snoozing away, just completely knocked the fuck out.
Yeah, I think he was tired.
Well, it has been about 2 or 3 days since he's gotten back from the Wild Suns.
Should we move him somewhere safer?
Oh, definitely. Don't you worry.
You see that he walks over and he scoops him up in his arms and kind of looks around a little bit, and he sees a bunch of bushes over in the corner. And he
Just
walks
plops him
over.
in.
He just slowly sets him down.
There, little one. Rest easy now. Quick, does anybody have a dark blanket, a green or a tan perchance?
I'm pretty sure I got something. Bran will walk over and pull out their bedding from their backpack after like sliding it off their back to find something to cover him.
So he takes it, and you see that he rips it completely down the middle, so it's like 2 perfect halves. And then he walks over to Yui's body, and he's kind of like nestled in these bushes where if you get close to him you can see him, but from a distance there's just enough height on the bushes that it's hard to see him. And what he does is he grabs like a handful of some of the brush nearby, and he kind of wraps one of these blankets in it, and then he sets that underneath his head. It's like a padding. And then he grabs the other half and he lays it over his body, mostly covering up his upper half, leaving just his bottom half exposed. At which point you see that he looks at a nearby tree and he cuts off a couple of branches with his claws, and he nestles them in the ground at an angle in a way that it's almost like a small wall of tree branches over him, so he's even more concealed, but just enough out of the way of or in the bushes and such that the only way to truly see Yui is if you like are right next to him.
Okay. He'll be fine.
He comes back and he wipes his hands together and he pops you a gold coin.
Let's take care of that. You'll get some rest and we'll see him on the morrow. Oh, and compensation. That was a very nice blanket of yours. I kind of feel bad for tearing it, but he'll appreciate it. Now,
You know, I don't even mind.
well, if you ever want, I could probably cover a bed, assuming that Stonehill is not on fire. I don't know where that fireball landed, I will be honest. Now, friends, are we ready to commemorate? Or, sorry, not commemorate, that's the wrong word. To start the
Commend?
battle? Yeah, commend. Commence? Commend. No, commence. Yes?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Commence. Are we ready to commence the war?
Hell yeah.
Let's
Alright.
get it over with.
So, Yuxia, where are we going first? Who's our first
Me?
prey? Yes, you big stoic guy. And Esvalda, you seem pretty tough looking. I've not yet seen you fight yet. Kinda want to get a look firsthand.
Well, I mean, it's not a lot to see, really. I just swing sharp things at people.
Yes, but you got bird wings, and that's pretty cool.
mean, your claws are cool.
Oh, well, thank you. They are natural.
You need to go find somebody to kill.
Yeah.
You said that you guys were fighting in the south. Is that where all of the Blue Guard were coming from? They were coming from the southern road?
Yes, they were coming from the south. Well, they didn't come from the south. We came from the south, and we saw quite a few people in the middle of town fighting. Some orcs. Oh no, sorry, little green guys, goblins. Yes, much smaller. Some goblins, a couple dwarves, a few tieflings, some Leonin guys, in the big old lion people. And the next thing we know, we got shot at by lightning, and thankfully Drogoth wasn't, a weak dragon, and he tanked that shit. It was quite impressive. And then he released some fire, and it might have burned one of the small homes, but, he said that the people were gone, so we just assume maybe there's some bad gods in there. Hopefully, not really sure. And then as we tried to get closer to fight on the ground, well, we kept taking fire from fire and some arrows, and there were very many people who were shouting and yelling at each other, and it was like a bunch of adventurers fighting like an organization. I believe it's the ones from Neverwinter. The Blue Guard
yes.
scum. So,
While you were up there
yes.
in the sky, did you take a look around at all? Did you see reinforcements coming from any specific area, or did you just notice the people in the middle?
So, I did get a couple of glances of some uncanny characters that seemed to be strewn about. They looked a bit more protrusive. They stuck out a bit more than the rest. Not your normally adorned soldiers. A few of them looked a bit vicious, like they really meant some business. Walking into a few of the stores and had me concerned. Many of the guards were thankfully killed, and by the time that Yui over there let off his final fireball, we had seen many of the gnomes and dwarves vanquish a few foes, but before we could land, Yui got a message to fend off anyone coming, and we don't know who or how many, but we did survive what we hope is the first and final wave of them all. The message also told me that to meet an Axholm,
Yes.
Oh, so you know of this place, Axholm.
Yes, if we all are still together by the end, we can lead you there. But the people that you saw that you said stuck out, how many of there were there?
Oh, I think I saw about...
How many of them were there?
Oh, at least 3 or 4 of them.
I'm just wondering if those are the 6 that she said to kill.
She?
Either way, we should start working our way into the town now.
Were you hired
See.
to come fight these people? Fedalin is our home, yes?
The same woman who threatened you guys by taking Fiona and Ivarna.
Oh, that lady. Yeah, I wasn't really paying attention to her, I'm going to be honest. I was kind of sharpening my claws, and you was a pretty good talker, so I assumed it was some, traveling merchant or something. Yeah, that makes sense now. She didn't have a harp signal. Looked a little creepy. She sounded like a real beach, too.
Oh, she's more than a little bitch. It's more like a big bitch.
Oh, damn. That's not good. Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind.
Little pervy, too.
Can you describe what you saw of these people? Were they wearing the same coloring as the Blue Guard? Did they have similar uniforms but more ostentatious?
I don't know that word, but it sounds fancy. So
Fancy.
Yes, they
Yeah.
were a bit fancy. Although one of them was, she was almost naked.
Like, she had something covering her chest and her her hip area, but nothing on her arms, nothing on her stomach, nothing on her legs. It was weird. A bit too revealing for my taste. There was a couple of others. Some weird guy with a hood on, but he was wearing black armor. Or at least it looked like clothing instead of armor. Then there was this one asshole. He was singing songs, a melody that could be heard around town. Thought it was a war song on our side, but no, it was something about conquering, sweet melody of death, hammering steel with natural arts, and what was that one? Oh, plenty of women and alcohol. Yes, that's the part. Very fond of that one. But he had a pretty looking lute, an instrument. So I'm hoping they were adventurers, but a few of them had color blue.
The one in black. Did you see what race he was?
No, he had hood on.
And you didn't see any symbols on him?
You got to remember, I was in Sky. I can't get that close.
Fair.
Yeah, I was just hoping. Okay.
I'd say maybe about 200 feet above. Close enough to shoot somebody with a little bit of arrow. Not close enough to touch them, unfortunately.
Okay. We need to decide what we're doing.
Oh, I think we go fight now, yes?
We do, but we don't want to go in blind.
Oh, then open your eyes.
I think what she means is we don't want to go in that we don't know what's going on.
Oh,
I feel like we just got a whole explanation of a lot of what's
yes,
going on.
We're being attacked. We are at war, Yuxia. Brenwyn, what are you worried about? You are heroes, no?
We are.
You've defeated many enemies.
At least that's what we've been told.
Hey, come on, Bran. I'm just a sneaky little guy. What are they gonna do? Hurt me?
You're a guy now.
No, it's a. Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
it's one of those
all the time.
expressions.
He heard.
that you-
Expression.
Yes, I see.